Hi, and welcome to a Friday evening live card making tutorial. This evening, I'm going to be using the One More Year stamp set. This is from the January through April 2025 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, and it cracks me up. I love sassy and sarcastic. And so, before we have a look at that, let me introduce myself. I'm Shelley Godby. And for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. So let's have a look at the One More Year stamp set because we'll make a hilarious DIY birthday card that's quick and easy. How cute is this? So you've got the cake that's loaded with candles, and of course the puppy dog, and some wine and cheese and grapes, aging fine like cheese and wine. And happy birthday. Now back to me. And happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. And you're how old? In dog years, you'd be at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. So very cute. Oh, Miss Adelaide is here. Hello. So I'm so glad you're joining me. And so if you are joining me, please give my video a thumbs up and a share, and check in and say hello. And let me know if you like sassy and sarcastic as much as I do. This stuff cracks me up. Okay, so we've got some stamping to do, but just a little bit of embossing. I enjoyed the mini corrugated embossing folder so much I used the other night. I ended up just adding it to this quick and simple card. So it's a casual Friday, and so an easy card is what we'd like. Okay, oh, Miss Adelaide just got this stamp set. Well, you may like this card. And another reason this card will be easy, it'll be quick, because I'm using the stripes and florals. Whoops, here we go. Mix and match cards and envelopes. So this is in balmy blue, the pattern, and then in bubble bath. Now this is it just looks a little, oh, not even marbled, but it's a lot more subtle. So I will be using this, but I'll show you the same card in this and see what you think. Okay, so let's start with our embossing. And for that, I need my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That's right here. And okay, Miss Lois, right? Okay, all right. Oh, Miss Adelaide, you are sassy and sarcastic. I knew we would be good friends. I had a friend who said she thought it was a gift, but then, she's maybe a gift from Satan. I don't know. I love sarcasm. Okay, so look at that. I'm going to fold it down. Both sides fold down, so it's a nice low profile. Oh, and Miss Vicky is here. Oh, we're having a nice little group this Friday afternoon. And I have to tell you, wow, it is, okay, it got up to 71 degrees, and I raked the yard because after that snow on there, it's not pretty, all packed down, and washed my car. How do you not get out in 70 degrees and sunny? And tomorrow's supposed to be 70, and then the high is 40 the next day. But you know what? It is March 14th, and I will take 70 any day of the week. Okay, so what I need to use with the mini corrugated, oh, I think I have, did I do the QR code? I'm just slow here today. Let's start with this. Here's the QR code for the One More Year stamp set. Okay, and then as I was showing you the stripes and florals, cards and envelope, I had that QR code ready to go. Okay, so back to our project. And I think every time I do that, I lose my, I lose that. Okay, so let's come back. So the sandwich for a 3D embossing folder, plate number 1. And this is with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I think I said that, but who knows. And then I've got some pecan pie cardstock and the folder. And I want my stripes going up and down, so I need to place it like that. And it's recommended you put the hinge through first. Easy way to remember that is the Stampin' Up! Logo facing you. So You've got that. It just looks right, doesn't it? Everything just facing you, and that is right. All right, and then plate number 4. This is a specialty plate. You notice that I put this directly on plate number 1. I'm not cutting anything, so I won't hurt the plate. Normally you don't die cut right on there. And but to get the sandwich the right way, it's right on plate number 1. And because regular embossing folders, you use 2 cutting plates, too thick for this. And one isn't thick enough, where the specialty plate that's included with the Stampin' Cut emboss machine is a little bit thicker and just the perfect thickness. Now, if you have another die cutting machine, such as the um, the Big Shot, plates are the same size and the sandwiches work the same. So I have this listed separately. And if you're on YouTube or on my blog, watching this not live, everything is listed below the video. All right, so we'll just crank this through. And let's have a look. I just love this. Just turning it into cardboard, or the look of cardboard. And so this is the mini, and this was just released in the online exclusives. So there is a link, again, if you're on YouTube, to the online exclusives. You want to check that out, because there are a lot of products there, not just what are in current catalogs, and we get new releases, and we just did the beginning of the month. All right, so we've got that done. And as I showed you, we're going to use, here we go, the stripes and not the floral. Oh, so that must be little, okay. They're very delicate. I can see it now. The flowers on here are very, very delicate. But, delicate is a good thing. And then, of course, the envelope to coordinate. Isn't that sharp? And so it's not solid. It fades in and out a little bit. So the cards and envelopes just make card making quicker for us. All right, so now what I have here is some basic white thick cardstock. I will be coloring with the Stampin' Blends, and the basic white thick is recommended for that. And underneath me, I have a silicone mat. Let me find this for you. Um, it's recommended that you have something underneath you that is not porous. We've got the glass mat, or right here, I picked this up on Amazon, and it's recommended so the color doesn't just absorb right into the paper if you were stamping on with paper underneath you, but this way it stays right here. And so I picked that up, and I really like this silicone mat because adhesive doesn't stick to it. It's just, I have one just for stamping because my other one just stays on my craft table all the time. Okay, so yep, there it went. It go. Okay, so let's come back. Fantastic. Miss Dorothea. Oh, Miss Dorothea's watching me on Rumble. Well, fantastic. I've been streaming over there, and so someone found me. That's awesome. All right, so what I'm going to use, because I'm coloring with Stampin' Blends and because I want black, I'm going to use the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. Okay, and I'm going to start with the greeting, because earlier I tried doing the dog and then the greeting, and it was easier to start with the greeting for my placement. So I'm tapping on here, and I have a clear block H. If you haven't used our clear mount blocks yet, oh my goodness, they're rounded and grooved, so very comfortable to hang on to. Not a sharp edge you have with a square. Very comfortable. Very, very nice. I've had people, when I did in-person classes, get a hold of our mounts and just order all of them. Oh, Miss Judy's here. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go straight up and down. Voila. And I'm using the dog. He really cracks me up. And so this card, my older brother and I, for the longest time, we give each other sarcastic cards for our birthdays. And Stampin' Up! Doesn't do a lot of sarcasm, but this will be perfect. I just need to hold on to this till October 10th. How cute is he? Oh my gracious. Okay, so let's do some quick and dirty coloring. And for that, I have my Stampin' Blends, and you're probably not surprised, pecan pie, because we use that for the cardstock. And let me start with the small end. got the bullet point and the brush for his ears. And then I'll do the brush. And yep, that is the light. Just the Stampin' Blends make me so happy. It's so easy to color with them. You don't have the lines, and they just frankly make us look good. Oh, and Miss Renee is here. Okay, so now I'm going to start the rest of him with the dark and do my shading. So I'll go along here. I mean, I can come back and add more, but I'm going to start here. I typically start with the light, then go to the shading. And today I decided this and it worked out well. And I thought, okay, we'll do that. And I want to get back over here while the line is still wet, because that helps it blend in. I just want to go around his nose and his eye. There we go. So if you're just joining us, please give my video a thumbs up or a like and a share. I sure appreciate that. And of course, come and say hello. And let's see. Yes, please spread the love to others. That's awesome. All right. Color him in. But 70 degrees on March 14th. Wow. And I saw that the daffodils and tulips are starting to come up. I didn't see any freezing, I hope not, temperatures to take anything out, even though it's still March. You know, I can only see what, maybe 2 weeks ahead with the forecast. But they seem to be pretty hardy, so it'll be okay. Okay, so I've got that. Let's grab his tail. I feel better with a bullet end on a small area like that. Okay. And when I add color on color, it's not as dark as going, you know, from using the dark, but it still deepens it. So let's go back to the dark and catch some. We've got these lines that they gave us. And then we can just assume his leg is causing a shadow. And right there, his little lip. And we will call that good because he's comical. There we go. Okay, so this should be the dark. And we'll put this up. Oh, Miss Donna is here. Fantastic. Okay, that just rolled away, but I really don't want to do this whole thing without that cap on. Oh, I found it. Okay, got it. Should have clipped it onto the end. That's what I normally do. And then I have Pretty in Pink for his nose and tongue. Cute, cute, cute. Yeah. And then Balmy Blue, our color, keeping everything oh so coordinated for his party hat. And I thought about doing all kinds of colors, and I thought, nah, I'll just keep it low key. And I even like the white and the blue, but I added in Azure Afternoon. It looks really good with Balmy Blue. There we go. My older brother's favorite color is blue. So that all worked out real well. All right, how easy is that? And adorable, my gracious. Okay, so here is putting the card together. So I've got the corrugated cardstock. So you need something super strong. For that, we will use the mini glue dots. I did something today I hadn't done. The dots used to stay on this part and I would press against it. And then I find them on here and I've been peeling them off. And I thought, no, let's do this. We'll put this down. Now I have plenty to press against and pick them up like that. And it worked. There we go. I thought, okay, quicker and easier than picking them up with my Take Your Pick tool. And I'll put one in the center as well on both sides. And I believe, yep, this is where I need to go. And so this is already decorated for us, right? I mean, edge to edge. That's really cool. And balmy blue, a very popular color. So you'll get a lot of use out of that in bubble bath. Very, very nice. Let's come about right here. And we'll stretch it out a little bit. There we go. Because, we used to have a crimper and it would shrink the cardstock. This just a tiny little bit, but that's good. Okay. And then some Pacific Point. Now I'm going to put the dots right about here and here instead of the corners to catch on the corrugated cardstock. So boom. Then I'll show you a card made with a bubble bath in just a minute. So the mini corrugated online exclusives, seriously, you want to check those out because if not, you're missing out on a lot of great products. And we'll put this about right here. And of course, Stampin' Dimensionals. And I've got the QR code up in the center that'll take you to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com, because everything I'm using is listed below the video and available to order right there, unless I tell you otherwise, like this silicone mat. And that link is also under the video if you missed the QR code. Easy for me to say. Okay. And I don't feel like I need one in the center. This isn't that big of a piece. And speaking of that, tomorrow after the video is done uploading into HD, I'll have a link to my blog post I'll place there that will have, it'll link you over and all the measurements as well as a downloadable PDF with the card sketch. Because these card sketches, you look at that and say, oh, I could use this with another stamp set. Well, thank you, Miss Bonnie. She gave it a thumbs up and a share. I sure appreciate that. And so then I wanted to add some bling, but of course this is for my brother, so I don't want to get too fancy dancy. And what worked out really well, aren't these pretty? These are two-tone sparkle gems. I'm seeing the pink and the blue, and I thought, well, it is a party, or at least he has a party hat on. So right in the center, and I controlled myself and didn't put something glittery all over the card. And I believe these were, you know what, they were either in the mini or an online exclusives, but the two-tone sparkle gems, and they are listed below the video. And there we have it for Casual Friday, a hilarious DIY, birthday card. But you know what? Why don't we go ahead and finish it? And I've got some basic white cardstock here. We've got the greeting, at least not as old as you'll be next year. And we could stamp right on it. And, I think what I'd have you do is just stamp right on it. Unless he's like really getting fancy dancy on the inside and layering, matting it and layering it again. But this way, if I mess up, I haven't messed up the whole card. And so I did a good job. So we've got the greeting and the sentiment. And of course, we can add happy birthday. I'll have to do that. Another wrinkle wiser. So there we go. We have a Oh, thank you, Miss Bonnie B. It's very, very simple, but the pattern paper or the pattern cards and that little bit of crimping. I tried some DSP, and I think part of my problem was it was based in white. It was a white and black pattern. I thought, oh, that'll be really sharp because black is beautiful with everything. Oh, thank you, Miss Vicky. Oh, and Miss Molly. And either it was too much going on in patterns or there wasn't enough contrast because it was based in white with the black. I'm not sure which, but thinking about my brother, I really like that touch of the mini corrugated and the brown. And so then I thought, well, what about for a lady? So I wanted to use the flower one, right, from the Stripes and Flowers Mix and Match Cards and Envelopes in the bubble bath, and this is Berry Burst. So what do you think? I mean, definitely for a guy. What do you think for a gal? Oh, Miss Renee loves the dog. I know, he is too cute. Like, oh, I had to have this. As much as I love bundles and all the die cutting and the beautiful flowers and all that, Sassy always wins. So there we go. We got his and hers. And see if you think, while you pick these up, because you get, both, would I make that for a gal? You'll have to let me know if you like it for a girl or just for a guy. But there we have it. Oh, so look at that. It's only 20 after, and the project is completely done, and showing you another one because it's Casual Friday. We wanted something that was easy to do, yet adorable to give. So let's do this. Let me put, okay, I need to come back first. And fantastic. And we'll put the chat up here. So there we go. I can see if I miss anything. So if you have any other questions or comments, and I'd love to hear from you. What did you think? I'm going to hang around for a little bit. What did you think of the girl one? Is that something you would do, or would you stay only with the boy one because of the dog? Okay, Miss Vicky likes both. Okay, all right, cool. Oh, Miss Adelaide, thank you. Life is good. And and so, you know what? March 25th, I believe I'm right. We'll get the retiring list, or they'll call it the last chance list. I've been doing this for 24 years and a customer before that. So to me, it's a retiring list. But the last chance list. So we'll find out what's going on. And we know some price increases are coming. That is inevitable. And so that's a great opportunity now before the new catalog starts to pick up anything, stock up on those staple products. So I'll recommend that. And we've got changes coming to Stampin' Rewards, a lot of changes going on, and I'll be posting about that really soon. We now know that'll be starting April 15th. Well, thank you, Miss Debbie. Oh, well, I'm so glad you all came and spent a few minutes with me on a Friday. Okay, I had to mirror it because my Stampin' Up! is. I knew I was going to wash my car, so I just put on a T-shirt. I just grabbed this. And I thought, oh, I'm going to wear that tonight. And so I mirrored it. So I'm doing things just the opposite way, and it's not working. But the Stampin' Up! Had to be, where you could read it. So a little bit of the behind the scenes going on here and why I'm doing weird crap with my head. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And it's that time of evening where I say, see, um, I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Good evening and God bless.